What about you? Is there someone you need to confront? Say, I don't like to confront. I don't like confrontation. Who likes confrontation? If you like confrontation, you need to be confronted about that. That's probably wrong. That's probably a mean-spirited kind of person. But the vision is too important for you to not confront misalignment. If God is in it, if God's called you to do something, if it's about God's preferred future in your marriage, if it's about God's preferred future on your teenager's life, if it's about God's preferred future for a church or a ministry, then too much is at stake. There's too much to lose if you don't correct what's misaligned. And so you've got to confront. And there's about as many reasons why we don't confront people as there are why we get sideways with people. But Nehemiah and the scripture is saying this morning, when it comes to the vision, when it comes to a God-ordained movement, you've got to confront. Don't avoid the confrontation. Don't allow the sideways energy to persist. The last point is, when you confront, one of the best things you can do is to kind of have the moral integrity that is necessary to show in yourself what you're demanding from others. Notice what Nehemiah says in the rest of the text. Starting in verse 14. Moreover, from the time that I was appointed to be their governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year to the 32nd year of Artaxerxes the king, 12 years, neither I nor my brothers ate the food allowance of the governor. The former governors who were before me laid heavy burdens on the people and took from them for their daily ration 40 shekels of silver. Even their servants lorded it over the people, but I did not do so because of the fear of God. I also persevered in the work of this wall, and we acquired no land, and all of my servants were gathered there for the work. Moreover, there were at my table 150 men, Jews and officials, besides those who came to us from the nations that were around us. Now that was prepared at my expense, for each day was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep and birds, and every 10 days all kinds of wine in abundance. Yet for all of this I did not demand the food allowance of the governor, because the service was too heavy on this people. Remember for my good, O my God, all that I have done to this people. What's Nehemiah doing? He's showing everyone what you're doing is wrong. Here's what it looks like to be supportive of the vision. What you're doing is misalignment. Let me show you in my own actions what alignment looks like. And did it cost Nehemiah a great deal? Yes, it cost him a great deal, but he had the kind of moral authority that was necessary in order to call out in that other group of people their misalignment. And it's very easy to confront someone about their sin when you've examined your own life and you are clear of that kind of sin that you're calling out in another person. It's very easy to request people to join a small group when you yourself are part of a small group. It's very easy to solicit, you need to be giving to the Lord, give to the mission. It's very easy for a pastor, for example, to encourage tithing when the pastor himself is tithing or the staff is tithing. There's a kind of moral authority that comes when you yourself are aligned with the vision. And so when it comes to your family or your marriage or your ministry or whatever it is that you believe God's calling you to do, one of the ways that you can both prevent disalignment and promote it on the back end is to be a man of integrity or a woman of integrity yourself.